So, a very warm welcome. We're in Ponte Cagnano, Salerno in the south of Italy, just off the Amalfi coast. We're in the Leonardo MD82. This is the original version, not the 20th anniversary edition that they have recently brought out. We're going to be flying to Genova, Lima, India, Mike, Juliet. Ponte Cagnano's ICAO is Lima, India, Romeo, India. And it should be a fun flight, straightforward. RNAV into runway 10 at Genova, which is heavily offset. Let's see how we get on. So without further ado, let's get into the aircraft. Let's hide the oak. And let's get it powered up. So battery can come on, lock it in place, put fuel pump on. We don't need the stop bump for the APUs. We'll get the APU running. And wait for it to do its thing. Okay, so while that's firing up, we're just going to go to the documents folder. No. Electronic flight bag, and just bring in the SimBrief route. That means it's all loaded up in the weight and balance. Just get rid of the master cautions, get our nav lights on, and let's have a look. Just wait for the APU bus to come online. Now I just flew it earlier and I had an issue with this rudder control manual. I've not seen that. It wouldn't clear. And it's not something I've experienced before. Hopefully it will go on its merry way this time. So let's get the APU bus on. APU air, come on. And we'll just get the packs on the cabin. And what we want is the weather at Salerno. So let's have a look. It is, temperature is 15 km 1002 and the altitude is 123. So 1002 and 180 roughly for the landing altitude. So 180 for the landing altitude. Let's have a look. Yeah, 1800 and 1002 roughly. QNH. Yep. That's in case we have to come back. Right, so the APU's running. We've got air. We'll get the emergency lights set, get the seat belts on, and what we've got to do quickly is just go to the co-pilot's hydraulic panel, switch on the auxiliary pump, just to get the final bit of the air stay at the back extended. Okay, now we can switch that off. Okay, and press F to reset our view. We'll press B just to get the QNH in 1002. We're going to get our speeds up on our little speed cards. Okay, and our standby AI can come on next. Okay, so go to Posinit. Airport is Liri. And we'll go the GPS, we use the GPS position from that, and then we go to the route page, and then we just bring in the ICAO Liri, and we'll add the ICAO to Genova, Lima, India, Mike, Juliet, put that into the company route, activate and execute, and now I'm going to bring in the departures and arrivals. So it's runway 23, source 6 echo. So departure arrival, so it's runway 23, source 6 echo. That one there. Execute. Back to the index page. Then we'll go down to Genova. And we'll just remind ourselves it's a KALMO to Papa, RNAV Alpha from ECLOS. So KALMO to Papa. KALMO to Papa. and it's the RNAV Alpha runway 10 ECLOS. There we go. Execute. We just go to the legs page, and we just look for discos. There won't be any, but what we will do is just rearrange some of the outer above altitudes. So ECLOS, I'm going to say be there at 5,000, and MJ812 be there at 3,700. Just take control of those. Okay, lovely. That's sorted. We go to the init ref. What we want now is the fuel. Okay, so we just make sure that the fuel is loaded. So we've got 7,850 kilos on board. We'll go to sim brief, 7,890. So we've got the right fuel on board. So we're going to go down to the briefing preview and open that up. And we want the final reserve, which is 3.3. So 3.3. Okay, so 7.8, and it's a normal schedule /n. It's 3.3 for our reserves, and I want the zero fuel weight, which I'll get now. Zero fuel weight 45.7. So 45.7. Okay, we're going to climb up to flight level 330. So, oops, 33000. Let's get the cruise wind and the ISO deviation. So go down to the briefing preview. Cruise wind 256 at 27, and the ISO deviation is -5. So 256 27. So 256 at 27, and the ISO is -5. Okay, that's sorted. We get to the takeoff page, and what we want now is to get the takeoff weight, which is here, 53,193. Go to the performance, type that in, 53,193. Then we go to the airport, we type in Liri. Runway is 23. Wind, we want to get the wind. So it is 250 at 4. So 250 at 4. Temperature is 15 at the stay, and it's 1002 for the QNH. I think is what we said. I better check. 1002. Good. Okay, so we've got all those in. Press calc, and we'll see what the flap. So recommended flap 13, and selected temperature is 50. So that's like an assumed temperature. Okay, so flap 13, and back to weight balance 19.3 for the takeoff C of G. Okay, so we just checked 19.3 is set for the C of G, and it is. And we want to dial in flap 13. Just from memory, I think it's just one below the do not use range. Coming up. There it is. So flap 13. Here we dial in flap 13. Flap 13. And it's saying that the long trim should be just over 5. So just going to move the trim so it's between 0.5 and 0.6. That looks good to me. Happy with that. Then we had a flex takeoff, and the assumed temperature was 50. So do a flex, dial 50. We're using this knob here. And in order to get a flex temperature, you've got to switch off the automatic thrust reserve. There we go. So now it will reduce the EPR to the required 1.83. Okay, so we're going to take runway 23. That is 229 on the heading. 229 is set. I think that it was 6,000 feet, so it's a runway heading 22, well, it's runway heading is actually 229, but this is saying 226 outbound to Gipor at or above 4,000, and then a right turn to Sorrento VOR, which is on the end of Sorrento Peninsula at or above 6. So 6, we're going to dial into our initial altitude. 6. We want to get the flight directors on and arm that. There we go, armed. Okay, I mean we could put let's put 4,000 in, because that would actually be better. There we go, 4,000. But then we've got to reset that to 6, and we'll easily be above 4. This thing climbs like a rocket. Okay, let's get rid of the master caution. What I forgot to do is to get them to start loading the aircraft. So let's go back to aircraft services. Start boarding. We're going to be delayed now for 5 minutes. Let's get the V speed sorted out. So we'll go to the takeoff page, and what we want is 22, 28, 37. 122, 128. Nope, that wrong. 22. 128, 137. Okay, so that's set there. We'll click the speed bugs on the airspeed indicator, and we want to put in 137 on the initial speed, and I'm going to do it on the IAS mode. 137 set. Okay, so how are we doing? I'm never quite sure how to switch off all these lights on this overhead panel, but as I said, we've got an issue with the well, that seems to have gone. Oh, rudder control manual is still present. I really don't know what to do about that. I'm hopeful that it will just disappear. Maybe it's to do with the art. Let's have a look. No. Let's just switch the art off anyway. Okay, so let's just cross things that that will go. And how are we doing with our loading? 22, okay. We'll put data onto our nav display, just zoom in on the nav display, and we'll get some clearance. So let's give Salerno radar a call.
Alitalia 995, ready for airways to assist try.
Alitalia 995, room radar, expect runway 23, Sorrento 6 Echo departure. Squawk 1000.
1
Sorrento 6 Echo departure. Squawk 1000.
Nope.
Alitalia 995.
That's it.
Alitalia 995,
So
read
1000.
Push or start at pilot's discretion. Hold the foot release.
Okay, so basically it's saying I get myself to the hold, then call them up, say,
Push
you
or
know,
start at pilot's
activate the
discretion.
flight plan,
Hold
and
for
then we'll
release.
contact them on our climb.
Report holding short runway 23, Alitalia 995.
Okay, so we've got position lights on, and let's just check the passenger signs are all on. I think we're good. Just got to wait now, wait for them to board. Go to the legs page, and here we go to the progress page. There we go.
Wrong radar, Aegean 550, descending via Latina Tree Alpha, flight level 291.
Aegean 550, room radar, identified.
So we're roughly halfway through loading. Let's have a quick look at the outside. So we've got the air stair, that will come up when the passengers due to board from the rear have boarded. Got the 3 cargo holds open. Absolutely lovely aircraft. It's a real pilot's aircraft, this one here. There's the Sorrento Peninsula,
Traffic
very long way.
1157. Contact room radar
Minori,
123.95.
Minori.
Center on
Places
123.95, KFX 1157.
Okay. Let's get back on board. So is there any other traffic at the airport? No. There isn't. This is, I think, Wizz Air and Ryanair operate services to Salerno, Cagnano.
Runway 12.
Another 30 or so passengers to board. That
Quebec
shouldn't
4
take too
Foxtrot,
long.
runway 12 ready for descent. Ryanair 2 Quebec Delta.
Ryanair 2 Quebec Delta. Descend to flight level 160.
Descend to flight level 160, Ryanair 2 Quebec Delta.
It Aero 1269. Contact Naples Tower 120.905. Bye-bye.
Contact Tower 120.905 at Aero 1269.
We're nearly there. Wish I'd done that earlier. Speed this up in the video. Or should I go make a cup of tea? I just realised what I could have done is to go double time. I'll be done loading in seconds. Quadruple time. Practically running on board now. So they're just closing the back door. They're retracting the stair.
Ram radar, Ryanair 3 Yankee Alpha, good day. Descending via Latina 3 Alpha, flight level 320.
Oh, they can't though because I switched the pump off. So
Ryanair 3
that's
Yankee
okay.
Alpha. Room radar. Radar
Can
contact.
we reset the time now just to normal time? 88, 89. Okay. So I'll close the doors. Cargo doors are shut. There you go. Forward door closed. So we're just got to get the hydraulic pump on for the rear stair. There we go. Okay, sorted. So you'll remember me saying that Beyond ATC said that it's up to us to get ourselves started up into the hold, so we will do that. So we'll get our beacon light on.
Ryanair 5 Juliet Echo
Just check that the park brake is on.
Expect the ILS Zulu runway 24 read to the Bento
Park brake
transition.
is on. And we'll do
to expect the ILS Zulu runway 24 with the Bento transition.
test of the voice
Ryanair 5
recorder.
Juliet
We'll get
Echo
all the other fuel pumps on. We'll get the start pump on. We will need that now.
Voltaire 17
We'll go
Zulu
to
Quebec.
start
Room radar.
system
Expect
B.
Derby 1 Sierra. Runway
To
04.
switch on the pneumatic valves.
Expect Derby 1 Sierra, runway 04, Lilia 17 Zulu Quebec.
Now we can start number 2.
Voltaire 17 Zulu Quebec.
No,
Derby
better
1
get rid
Sierra.
of the
Runway 04.
packs.
Airport ready for descent.
Okay.
Derby 1
That should
Sierra,
be spooling up
runway
nicely.
04, ready for descent.
Look for
Lilia
22.
17 Zulu Quebec.
Voltaire 17 Zulu Quebec. Descend to 4,000 feet. QNH 1002.
Descend to
21,
4,000 feet.
22.
Lilia 17 Zulu
Put on
Quebec.
the fuel. Okay, The generators are online, so we can close the start on number 2 and we can now start number 1. We've got pressure, should be spooling up, there it goes. Again, we're looking for 22. 21, 22 we have. Fuel can come on. Okay, got light up. And we're all good. On number 1. There we go. So, what we can do now is switch off the starter, go to both, switch off the start pump. We can switch on the packs, switch off the APU air, switch off the APU master, switch off the APU generators, and put on the pitot heat. Pitot heat is on, and switch off the pneumatics. Put on the projected takeoff setting for the auto brake, and flaps. We had flaps 13, so that's going to be 3 clicks of the flap. So 1, 2, that will take us to 11, and 1 more will take us to 13. We're looking for blue light. There we go, between 11 and 15, so we're set to 13, and we've got a blue light. That's all correct. The trim is all set. We can arm our spoilers, and so I'm pretty sure we are good to taxi. We've got the right messages. ART, which is the automatic thrust reserve. So yeah, we're good. So let's get taxi light on, and we'll get ourselves to the hold just over there in our 11 o'clock. So let's get a bit of throttle to start moving.
Cross Bento at or above 7,000 feet.
Okay.
Cleared ILS Zulu runway 24 Ryanair 5 Juliet
Just
Echo.
check to our left. We are clear. And we'll be giving ATC a call when we get to the hold. So this airport is freeware from flightsim.to. It was always okay, but just recently there was a hut that was present on this taxiway, so I just made a very simple exclude for that. So hence no hut in my scenery. So we'll come to a stop, then we'll call ATC and tell them that we're ready. Just going to blip the throttles. Right, auto brake. So that's the only error we've got, and that's because the auto brake is not yet set. It's on the RTO setting, but we haven't switched it on yet. Okay, so let's give them a call.
Alitalia 995, short of 23, holding for
Switching on
release.
the auto brake.
Alitalia 995, released for departure. Clearance void if not off by 1350 Zulu. If not off by 1350 Zulu, contact no later than 1400
Landing
Zulu.
lights.
Time now
Spread
1328 Zulu. Frequency change approved.
Okay, so let's taxi onto the runway.
Released for departure, Alitalia 995.
Okay, quite a narrow runway this, because it's such a long aircraft. We have to taxi well beyond the centre marker here before turning our nose to the left to line up.
Turkish 8 Zulu uniform heavy. Contact room radar 123.905.
Okay, so we can get our clock on.
Center on 123.905, Turkish 8 to the uniform heavy.
click the buttons at the back of the auto throttle, the thrust levers, and we've got takeoff set as our flight director indicators. So we'll spool the engines up and then we'll switch on the auto throttle, and that should give us the reduced EPL 1.83, I think it is. So spool the engines up, holding on the brakes is not the longest runway here. Okay, engines are stable and auto throttle's coming on. Release the brakes.
Takeoff thrust set.
Takeoff thrust is set. 1.83.
On taxiway. On
Yeah,
taxiway.
that's not right. We're not on the taxiway.
Clear.
We've got clamps showing here, which means I can now move my physical throttles all the way forward. That won't change the throttle setting. We're coming up to V1.
V1.
Rotate. Okay. Steady rotation.
Positive brake.
Positive rate. Gear can come up. Okay. Climbs like a rocket. Above
Gear up.
400 feet.
Lights out.
Nav. Autopilot can come on. And I'm going to go to indicated airspeed mode. And we're going to dial in 210. 210 dialed in. The aircraft will start to pitch down.
Egyptes 792. Contact room radar 123.
Nose lights and landing lights can be retracted. We don't want drag on takeoff.
Center 123.995.
The aircraft is accelerating, so I can go flap 11. Now we can go flat slats. And it's just accelerating slowly. It will get there.
Flap 0.
We can go to 220 on the speed.
Ryanair 5 Juliet Echo. Contact Naples Tower 120.905. Have a good day.
And we've got to go up to 6,000
Contact Tower
feet.
120.905.
Arm that.
Ryanair 5 Juliet
Go to
Echo.
VNAV. VNAV climb. Nav trap. And I can put the slats up. And I can switch off
Slats
the
retract.
art. And go to climb power. Okay, a lot to do. So you see we got to 4,000 feet very, very quickly. And we can continue our climb now to 6,000, which is where we're supposed to be at Sorrento VOR. So we can announce ourselves on the frequency.
Road radar, Alitalia 995. Good day,
Disarm our
5,400
speed
feet.
brake and our auto brake.
Alitalia 995. Room radar identified. Climb to flight level 330.
Climb to 330.
Climb to
So,
flight level 330,
330.
Alitalia 995.
330. 3. And press VNAV. VNAV climb. Engines are spooling up. And we'll continue to accelerate. And it really does climb very quickly, at least for the initial part. These 8. So there's the Sorrento Peninsula. So I'll click the standard view. There it is. That's amazing. The gear while we get the end here.
November. Room radar. Expect Observer 1 Mike. Runway 26.
Oh, and we're on TA only, so we should go to TARA. My bad. TARA. Look, we're climbing at 4,000, just under 4,000 feet per minute.
Contacting Kona approach 125.325.
And we're just 9,200. I'm not sure what the transition is, so let's look it up. 8,000, so we should go to standard pressure. One 013, 292. It's accelerating now to its incline speed roughly 290, something like that, I think. It's now turning right towards Salerno. So that's all good. It really is a delight, this airplane. It's hard work, but very rewarding. So above 10,000, it's clear skies, releasing from those safety belts.
Beaufort 9476. Contact Brindisi Military 129.775.
Contact Brindisi Military 129.775, Beaufort 9476.
Okay, so not much more now to do. Apart from sitting back and relaxing to enjoy the rest of the flight. Reservoir does work. Just switch it on here. So,
IDEM
is on.
550. Descend to flight level 090.
Descend to flight level 090 to Gen 550.
So I'm glad that that manual rudder control message disappeared. Okay. So, there's external view. There's Vesuvius, Naples. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful country.
Hotel 17 Sierra uniform, through radar, expected clear 1 night, runway 26.
So, I'm going to press fast forward, and I'll see you when we're in the cruise ready for our descent.
Level 330.
So, welcome back. We are in the cruise, flight level 330. We've got some 40 or so miles on top of descent, so let's start looking at our approach. So let's go to Genova. We're on the KALMO to Papa, so it starts at KALMO and goes to the west. No altitude restrictions. Exito, no altitude restrictions. MJ401, speed 210, and then Eccles speed 200, but no altitude restrictions. So let's look at the RMP for 1110, which is a massive offset, and Eccles should be at 5,000, which we've got dialed in. It's 5,000 or above, and MJ812 3,100 or above, but we've reset those, if you remember, 5,000 and 3,700. So let's dial in 5,000. Okay, the MD80 will descend when it gets to the top of the descent on its own. So just dial in 5,000 at the moment. 5,000 set and checked. Checked. Yeah, so we've got about 40 still to run to the top of the descent. Just centre our heading bug. So we've just been given the KALMO to Papa.
Alitalia 995.
Alpine 326 Lima. Contact low radar 131.1.
Center on 131.1 Alpine 326 Lima.
There's not very much to see. It's a cloudy day. Might just come to double time for a little bit. So we don't sit here waiting just now. nose high attitude. I don't know if that's accurate or not. I guess it is. We'll go to our approach page, and what we'll do now, on the progress page, when we get to Genova, we should have 4.5 tons. So let's look at our zero fuel weight. 45.7 plus 4.5 is 49. It's 50.2 thereabouts. So 50.2 will go to our approach ref, design in 50.2 for our approach speed, which will be 40 degrees flat, 123, 128, probably we'll do to 28. That just gives me a little bit, it's a bit faster, a bit more stable maybe. I'll decide, I'll see what the winds are like. So we've got our V-speeds there, and they are, the card is just a guide, that's up to 50 tons. But we'll use what the FMC has recommended. So we're nearly at our top of descent. I'm just going to reset the sim selector back to 1 time speed. Nice long runway at Genova, so we thought we'd just use the brake below. And there we go, we started our descent. So let's have a look at the weather. So it is 040 at 15 knots. We're runway 10, so that is pretty much 15 knot crosswind. Actually it's not, it's really about 10 knot crosswind. All the lines visibly it's greater than 10k, broken 2,800, overcast 4,500, temperature 7 QNH, sorry, dew point 03, QNH 1,000, millibars, hectopascals. So this approach we will fly on VNAV down to 3,700, then the final descent to 2,500 on vertical speed. Will be roughly at about 140 knots, so it'll be about 800 foot minute descent. Our minimums are 1250. So 813 is here, 814 is here. We'll be visual with the runway easily throughout, and then it's just a visual right turn. Okay, so we're coming down 2,500 feet per minute. You can hide the yoke by middle clicking the mouse, holding it in and then right clicking. To bring it back, you middle click the mouse, hold it in and then right clicking. Look, there's snow on the ground everywhere by the looks of things.
Milan radar, Ryanair 85 Foxtrot Bravo. Good afternoon, descending via Oswald Tree Whiskey, flight level 249er.
Ryanair 85 Foxtrot Bravo. Milan radar, identified.
Well, roughly around the Chiquitera there. Incredibly beautiful. Just a short distance from KALMO where we start the start. So let's have a look. Flight level 250. We'll get them strapped in. Engine de-icing we probably will need today as we come through the clouds because it's cold up here.
Contact Rome radar 131.1.
Nice.
Contact Rome radar 131.1 Ryanair 22 Echo Golf.
Oh, it's a bit complicated there, so what I'm just going to do, in case it's not drawn properly, zoom out. Just go to the legs page, just step through it. I'm just holding back, that's all. Okay. No problem. Plan mode to map. A couple of miles to run now to KALMO. Exactly on the descent profile.
Descent to flight level 100, Alitalia 995.
We're clearance down to 100.
Ryanair Foxtrot Tango 006. Contact Pisa approach.
What we can do,
0.08.
the approach plate on. There is a VOR just to the east, sorry, just to the west of the runway, 108.6.
Center on
We'll dial that in.
134.3 Ryanair 5 Charlie Hotel.
We are 32 miles from it, so that will help us gauge our, sorry, yeah, we're 32 miles from it, including our tour.
Contact Zurich radar 126.225.
Center on
What I'm going to do is set the runway heading,
IJAN 856. Bango
103.
Tree Romeo. Runway 22. Triporto ready for descent.
visual cue.
Bango Tree Romeo, runway 22, ready for descent, within 856.
IJAN 856. Descent to flight level 180.
Descent to flight level 180, Gen 856.
703 at the cruise. 103. Just zoom out. Display a little bit. We're just still above the cloud. So just reset the speed once. Okay, so we've got, I can't remember what we said. Flaps 40 is 124, flaps 28, 128. So I think, yeah, 128. We're now roughly 20 miles from the runway. You can just see here, right of the nav display, but we've got this much larger arc to fly before we get to the runway. What we'll do, I'll just bring the tablet up and I'll go to the charts page, approach. So approach, we are now Alpha. Alpha is, let's assume, 1250 is our decision.
Contact Mars
Remind myself how I set that earlier. I'm going to take a while to do.
Runway 17 left. Airport ready for descent.
Radar vectors. ILS runway 17 left ready for descent. France 95 Echo Echo.
France 95 Echo Echo. Sadex Superi landing runway 17 left.
Phoenix Superi landing runway 17 left. France 95 Echo
It's
Echo.
a decision altitude I can't use. In fact, it's not a decision altitude, is it? It's a minimum
General
descent.
approach 119.6.
Contact Genoa approach 119.6 Alitalia 995. Genoa, Alitalia 995. Good afternoon. Flight level 117, we have Kilo on board.
1200. So I think we're getting much closer to the clouds. We can get our engine anti-ice along.
QNH 1000, expect the Air Naval runway 10 with the close transition.
QNH 1000, expect the RNAV Alpha runway 10 with the ECLOS transition. Alitalia 995.
Alitalia 995.
So the aircraft are now slowing down to 250 below 10. Just help it with a little bit of drag on the spoilers.
Descent to 5,000 feet. QNH 1000,
Clearance down to
Alitalia
5,000.
995.
Okay, spoilers in.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag
And
is
this time we will
safely
put our
stowed with your laptop inside.
landing lights on.
Tray tables
They come
must
out
be
from
stowed.
the end of the wing.
Armrests down, window lines open. Now seatbelt fastened,
And they
ready to
add
land.
just a few knots,
Hands,
2 or 3 knots of drag. So yeah, they're good for descent. Okay, so we're just on the profile still.
1395, 1,500 feet.
Itarro 1395. Genoa departure. Identified. Climb
Okay, so
to
it's just
flight
coming down
level
again.
130.
So we should be getting into
Climb
the
to flight
clouds
level
shortly.
130 in air 1395.
All aircraft be advised information LEMA now current. QNH 1000.
Back to the later page. Go to the inlet ref here, so just remind myself of the speeds. So what did we say? It was a crosswind, wasn't it? 04015. Runway is 100. That's 60 degrees. So it's 2/3 of 15. So it's a 10 knot crosswind, which on a visual approach, which is offset, I'm going to use flap 28. So my speed will be 128. I don't think you need to tell it that. Not like the Boeing. Okay, so in the cloud, very nearly. It's cloud surfing at the moment. Drag required. Yeah, speed. So yeah, because it's 210 speed limit, isn't it? Coming up. Right, and the transition altitude 7,000. Below that, so we just hit B.
Alitalia 995.
All the nines, is
Eclos.
that right?
Cross Eclos at or above 5,000 feet. Clear the Renav Alpha runway 10.
Just going to zoom in on that paper.
Clear direct Eclos. Cross Eclos at or above 5,000 feet. Cleared RNAV Alpha
So we're
runway
nearly at
10,
Eclos.
Alitalia 995.
So we can then come down to 3,700. So hold the port, key, tab key in, and we can then cycle this through hundreds. Set and checked. And what's the next speed? Choose 200 at MJ 812. So I'm going to go slats out.
Slats extended.
Landing gear.
Yeah, we can get rid of the landing gear.
Landing gear.
Okay, and we can go one stage of flap. Putting the spoilers, retracting spoilers, arming it. So we're just coming down to 3,700. Now to dial in 1,200.
Alitalia 995. Contact Genoa Tower 118.6.
Contact Tower 118.6, Alitalia
We
995.
want to come down vertical speed. We're going to go FMS
Genoa Tower,
override.
Alitalia
Reduce our
995.
speed to
RNAV Alpha
150.
runway 10.
Landing gear.
Alitalia 995, Genoa Tower. Wind 035 at 15, runway 10 cleared to land.
Landing gear.
Okay,
Runway 10 cleared to land, Alitalia 995.
now come down vertical speed. So we can get our gear down, go flaps, landing flaps, flap 28 that should be,
Gear down. 3 flaps.
28, set, with our landing flaps, gear is down so we can arm our water brake, okay, 3,000 feet, and we've got 1,200 set. You can see 1,200, the banana's just the other side of the 814, and that's at 1,300 feet. That should be good. And we're now visual. There's the runway ahead of us. Get rid of our anti-ice. Okay, we can put our landing light, our nose lights on. Okay, and we're ready to go manual. So. Autopilot is off, auto throttle is off. It's going to bring my throttles back now to match their actual position.
Assistente di volo, prepararsi all'atterraggio.
Okay. Keep on this heading. Don't really want to overfly the docks, but not really much choice. choice. That's the wrong one over there. Just start a gentle right-hand turn.
1,000.
Looking good. Happy with that. I'm just reducing my power now just to slow down. Not too much. We're at 3 reds at the moment, so just keeping my nose up. 3 reds, don't want to get 4 reds, that would be good. Nice sensible turn.
500.
There we go. 2 reds, 2 whites. Finish that turn to final.
Approaching 10.
There we go. We're a little bit fast. Not really, we're a lot fast.
300.
Don't forget there's a crosswind here,
200.
so that's why I'm being blown the other side of that centre line. Really trying hard to stay on the centre line. Not easy.
40. 30.
And throttling down,
10.
holding it off, holding it off. Okay. Reverse is on.
2 in reverse.
Into wind aileron, right hand brake. Goodness me, that was a bit of a stormy approach. Right hand aileron just to help them upwind wing sit still. Manual braking.
60 knots.
We won't take this
Alitalia
first exit, we'll then
995,
take the
exit next
next
available taxiway.
one. Wow, right, so that was an
Exit
arrival.
next
wasn't it?
available taxiway, Alitalia 995.
This is freeware Genova Airport. It's really very good. So we'll just taxi off here and we'll catch our breath a second and we'll tidy up the aircraft and move the other side of the hold. Okay. Off we come.
Signore e signori, in nome dell'equipaggio benvenuti a destinazione. Per motivi di sicurezza vi preghiamo di rimanere seduti con le cinture allacciate fino a quando il segnale luminoso non verrà spento.
Okay.
Per evitare la caduta di oggetti vi invitiamo ad usare la massima cautela nell'aprire le cappelliere.
Just come to a stop.
Ringraziamo per averci scelto
Okay.
e darvi appuntamento per un nuovo volo. Vi auguriamo un piacevole viaggio.
Taxi lights on.
Ladies and
Strobe lights can
gentlemen,
come
on
off.
behalf of the crew,
We don't
welcome
need
to
start
our
pump for our APU. Switch off the ignition. Start the APU. Okay. We can tidy up our flaps. Put away our ground spoilers. And switch off the auto brake. Go to TA on the transponder. One more stage on the flaps. When you think you've got them retracted, there's always one more stage in this. Right, and now we can taxi to our stand, which hasn't been allocated, I don't think. No, it says taxi to gate, so we'll go to any one of them, I think. The one that's in front, I think, has my name in it. Okay. Taxi light off. There's the yellow brick road we'll follow. External view. So that's the safe stop system. Okay, so hold the parking brake in, hold the parking brake knob, let go of the brakes and release. There we go. And APU generators, APU air, Shut down 2. Shut down 1.
Cabin crew disarm doors.
And let them out of their seats. And we'll do beacon light. Now we can do
Ladies
deboarding.
and gentlemen, when
Start
disembarking,
deboard.
please
There we
take
go.
care.
So are they
Hold
going
on
to
the
open
handrail
the...
while walking down the stairs. Please ensure that you supervise your
I
children.
don't know.
And for your own
Let's assume they're not going to open
do
that.
not walk
I'll do it for
underneath the
them.
wing.
After main. Okay. That was very enjoyable. Very, very enjoyable. And yeah, well, I hope you enjoyed it as well. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye now.